Hey guys, welcome to part 1 of episode 3 of my Wide and Happy series. I'm going to call this one Warring Washington because as you can see we are America and I've been meaning to get a domination game going. Now I want to be upfront about a couple things. First of all, every other Civ 5 video I've made for YouTube I arrived at by way of choosing random leader. Whereas in this case I actually selected my leader manually. And that's because if you see my other videos, you know I'm pretty good at taking early game advantages and leveraging them towards larger mid-game advantages. And with all land military units having +1 site, that definitely helps in that regards. And I like Liberty play, and the 50% discount when purchasing tiles helps make up for one of Liberty's downsides, which is namely border growth rate. The other thing I wanted to be upfront about is this is on Emperor difficulty, standard size and speed. So if you're an Immortal or Deity player, you might get some entertainment value out of the video, but might not necessarily be learning anything out of it. But if you watch it anyways and find that there's some pointers you can give me, I would certainly appreciate the feedback. Alright, now let's see, this is pretty bizarre that as America I haven't found any ruins yet. That's usually one of their advantages. Clearly we're uncovering a lot of land, so I'm not sure why that would be. I went with pottery first because I want to build a shrine. It's my understanding that when you're going from domination right from the start, religion's not as important. However, we do got some desert out here. We got some desert near our capital. If we can, depending on how expensive or expansive the desert is. Oh, there's Korea. Okay. Depending on how expansive the desert is, we might be able to. Okay, yeah. See, lots of desert. So if we can nail desert folklore, then it will definitely be worth the investment of a single shrine. But that's an if. Alright, now here, if this was a warrior, I would actually try and take 2 steps before picking up the ruin, just in case it's a upgrade ruin. I don't normally do that with scouts, but here I will, just because I'm American, this is a hill. So at least get some visibility. Oh, and it does turn out to be an upgrade ruin. Okay, so let's get some free visibility out of that exchange. And a culture. Wow, that's a nice round of ruins. That helps make up for going 6-7 turns without finding any. Okay, we're heading back, so I'm gonna take I want to end up on a hill basically, so I took the path into the rough because I can afford. Alright, we got Shaka's to the northeast of our capital, so you might be to the north, might be to the east, might be to the northeast. And there's Poland. Okay. I have no particular thoughts about that. And we end up on and we find another ruin. Okay, hopefully we can get to that before anybody else. Looks good. Look at that visibility. I love it. Alright, we'll do animal husbandry next just to find out where the horses are. Help us expand locations as well as possibly get more hammers going in the capital, which would be handy. Okay, there's Shaka. A little closer than Korea and definitely more dangerous. Oh, look at this. It's Club Washington, where all the cool scouts hang out. Alright, so both my scouts are out. Let's go ahead and build a monument next since we are playing Liberty. And that's a crappy ruin. That's okay. Anyways, we got both scouts out, so our main scouting is done. So and my warrior's already in the thick, so I don't mind taking a little jog onto the hill. And this is the power of America. We can see a city-state. We actually met them first, too. And we find another ruin, so that's pretty good. We also find coast here, so that tells us a little bit more about where we're at. Okay, borders grew, and now we've got the money to do that, so let's get some real growth going on here. And I might have to save my money beyond... Uh-oh. Okay, ooh, lots of... Alright. So I'm actually going to declare war against Shaka here, just to zone of control him, prevent that scout from picking up this ruin. It's a semi-dangerous move, just because Shaka's usually not one to give up a war. So since we're going domination anyways, I don't mind making the commitment. And now that we've got a second upgrade ruin from scout to archer, perhaps that'll be enough to convince him to make peace early. I don't know. There wouldn't be too much advantage to it anyways. Shaka's one of those ones that once you make peace with him, all he does is denounce you anyways. So we might just stay at war with him until we take his capital. I don't know. But we get a population ruin, which is pretty good. Again, we settled on a hill. That's the extra hammer. So I'm just going to put all my citizens into working growth tiles. Obviously, it might be a good idea to buy this cattle tile and work that. But the governor's going to grow to that eventually anyways. I'm looking at more, there's this wall of forest here which will take the governor a long time to grow into the marble. So I want to buy my way into the marble, but as you can see, we definitely don't have the money for it yet. So that's what I'm looking at now. I could step and shoot Shaka, but since we know about this ruin, I'm going to see if I can go pick that up. And looks like we're not going to grab this ruin first, which is unfortunate. But at least it wasn't an upgrade ruin for him. No free archers for the enemies. Not that he's too big of an enemy, we don't even see him yet, so... Okay, now see, we're pretty much done with scouting. I got my other scout to do the cloud down here, so I might actually have him come back and deal with that camp. Might be a good idea. Okay, and a second culture ruin. Usually I'm not too thrilled about that, but when you're playing Liberty, it just means you get to collective rule faster. Which means you get your, as you can see, we got our free hammer, what, like 6 turns in advance now? So that's pretty nice. Help get this party started. Alright, animal husbandry is done, and we do have a horse in the capital. And we got some horses up here. We got some coast, banana. Let's see, find it out next turn. Okay. Alright. I could step and shoot this guy, but I'm actually going to pull it back onto the hill. We can still see him from here. And this way, if he travels this way, we can just scoop by and take care of the camp. Or if he actually comes at us, we can get the city bombard involved. Because if I stepped and shoot, he'd just slam into me. And then I'd have to take some downtime to heal up. Which, now that I think about it, might not be so bad, because we're kind of done with the short-range scouting. But anyways, I'm going to go with calendar next, because I think I might settle here first. If we can capture desert folklore... We'll get a couple desert cities in here. That'll be okay. Yeah, here's some incense with a 3 growth tile, some fresh water, heading towards Arabia. So maybe settle there and there. That's not so bad. Alright, and he did step towards the city, so now we can bring his health so low that he probably won't slam into us. And if he does, we'll just off him. A little bit less healing time than if I had just let him come at me. Oh, look at that. Shaka is ready for peace. Well, I'm not going to do it. Like I said, he's pretty erratic as it is, and so yeah, we get another citizen there. I'm actually going to have him. Oh wait, you know what? Look at this. It's Emperor, and we got an AI that's got a worker out at 19, and I'm capable of stealing it. So I'm actually going to have this guy start heading back, make sure I can extract that worker fine. Alright, so I will go ahead and bother to build a shrine. And what I'm looking at as far as locking my 4th citizen here, now that I think about it, is we're going to grow 11, we're going to have collective rule on 11. So even though this might be a good tile, in fact, you know what, have I? No, okay, we'll meet that city-state. And this is nice too, because we can drop a city in here, and we'll pretty much have a secure trade route path to a city-state. It's nice to have a pet city-state. Just because if we're going to be dominating everybody, we're going to want to send our caravans to some place where we're not going to lose them. So let's go ahead and buy these tiles, buy into that, at least make some money while we're growing. And the time it's going to take me to build a shrine and a scout is about the time it's going to take me to grow and get into collective rule. So I don't mind that since, alright, we're going to be able to get this guy out of here no problem. Since both my scouts upgraded to archers, and we're going to be going domination and liberty and couple culture rules, so we're going to be expanding a little faster than normal. I don't mind using my archers for military types, but that means if I want to keep meeting people in city-states and stuff, I'm going to need another scout. Alright, because the way this is growth and all this is matching up, I'm going to not work this tile even though it's clearly the better tile. Just because I want to get to 5 pop, and then we can start spitting out settlers. And the difference between 4 and 5 pop is actually pretty significant in terms of science per turn. And we can make it work, so I'm going to... And you can criticize me for that, because I do know that times like that, I delay pushing off settlers for a few turns. Sometimes just to be able to get collective rule first, sometimes to be able to have that extra population. Which is actually kind of important, because we got a worker heading back. We don't have masonry yet. We're not even close. We don't have iron work or bronze working yet. So this worker is just going to have to connect up some horses so we can get some money flowing, which isn't bad, but you know, that science will bring in those other techs sooner, so that hopefully that worker will have more productive things to do sooner. I think I'm going to stick around, see if we can get. He put out a settler off or a worker awful early, and he's not going liberty. So let's go ahead and build a scout. So anyways, what I'm getting at is I'm thinking if I took his worker that early, we might be able to steal a second one. I don't know. Yeah, see, this is what I was worried about. But if he's offering peace, I suppose I could take peace at any time. So I'll try and get a second worker out of it. It's not like my... Well, that's not true. I was going to say it's not like my archers have nothing better to do, but that's not true. We do have a camp near us. Although, you know, with this camp being near us, since I'm looking at expand, this camp being here might actually prevent Shaka from settling in this direction a little bit. So keeping it alive is not the worst of things as far as that goes. I love that visibility. Okay, there's a barbarian, which sucks because now if I was gonna say if he does have a worker, he might not set it out. This is awesome. Look at this, and he was willing to negotiate peace. So let me try this. All right, and it pushes us outside of his borders, which means this barbarian's not going to get to us. Can't even see us at this point. That's awesome. So I'm gonna have this guy head that way to I'll make sure that extraction goes well. Okay, so we got the 2 workers right off the beginning. That's good. And he wants a piece of the peace action, but I'm not going to allow him. Alright, the archer will heal 1 more turn. Scout, yeah, we got some cloud down here. I want to find out what's going on down there. Oh, barbarian. Okay, so he might have to stick around to protect the worker, and then this archer can... That'll work out. Alright, so let's see here. Oh, another barbarian. Okay, well, it's a good thing that warrior's there to help out. Okay, let's see. 1 turn until growth. Still 1 turn until growth. Okay, so I'll just put a turn in on a caravan since that's probably going to be what I build after my settlers. Alright, and that archer did step in, so just like I said, I'm going to have to use my scout to defend, and then he can just step out and wait a turn to get into range. Okay, let's take collective rule, and now we're at 5 pops, so let's go ahead and lock in that tile and switch production over to a settler. And let's see, we got 16 hammers and 7. Something I wanted to point out, I've mentioned before how excess growth translates to hammers when you're building a scout. It doesn't seem to work with collective rule. So in this case, since we have collective rule, it's better to go for actual hammers over excess food hammers. So we're looking at 16 hammers, 7 turns. 16.57 turns, 18 down to 6 turns, and if we go with an unemployed citizen, 19.5 for 6 turns. I think that's worthwhile. So let's see here. He's not going to be stolen, so we'll start heading over to that cotton. And he can help, but I might need him for that settler instead. Okay, and then I'll go into masonry. Yeah, see, it's going to take 7 turns for masonry. If we didn't get that 5 pop, it might have been 8 or 9 turns. And I don't think it's going to take that worker that long to finish up the horses and get onto the marble. So that 5 pop will actually help save us a couple turns in terms of worker inefficiency. Alright, so now I'll go ahead and step in and shoot with this. Rather than defend or alert, I'm actually just going to hit do nothing. He'll still heal, but he won't take on a defensive bonus. And with any luck, that'll be enough priority for the archer to hit the scout rather than the archer. We'll see. And I noticed there's another archer up here, which means... Is there a camp up here? Oh, there was. Yeah, there. Okay. So... That's 2 camps near my capital. That might be a problem. We'll see. And with this barbarian here, I'm going to back the warrior up. Not to here though. Because with any luck, this barb being able to see this archer will mean this barb will come here instead of here. And then my settler should still be able to land on the cotton like I want. Alright, good. Yeah, because if this barbarian had come like down here, I'd have been a couple turns away from being able to settle this city. Alright, so I will go ahead and move here just to zone of control him while these guys sneak by to safety. That's pretty good. Alright, we finally get an upgrade. And he actually went for the archer, which sucks. But, what can you do? Alright, we'll just do that for now. No sir, thank you very much. Alrighty, so they're setting up for a double team, no problem there. We'll go ahead and settle on top of the luxury, which is nice because it has gold as part of the tile yield, and now we won't have to use a citizen to reap that gold. Production focus, work on growth at first, build a mine. Alright, let's go ahead, actually, let's move him into the city. I think that makes it stronger. Or maybe that's only with oligarchy. and I move in here. They might double team, but I'll be able to defend in my borders and be in range of bombard, so that should be okay. Alright, we'll step up for the flanking bonus, and bam. So you can see scouts aren't worthless in terms of military units. They can protect civilians and tiles. They can finish people off. There. I actually had a discussion with that not long ago, where somebody was like, "Oh, you can't use a scout to kill barbarians," and it's like, well, sometimes you can. Alrighty, so now we've got horses. This will increase our gold per turn by 8 in theory. Let's see if we can actually pull it off. And I'm actually going to go ahead and spread the trading around. I recently installed diplomacy values by Neblet. I converted it to DLC and released it. That's a separate video on my channel if that's of any interest to you. As you can see here, they have some early concerns about your warmongering, -14. I had heard at one point that if you trade with people, it adds a small diplomacy buff. If that's the case, this mod doesn't pick up on it, so I'm beginning to wonder if it does, in fact, give you a diplomacy buff, but there's no point in not spreading the wealth around, so to speak, so I don't mind continuing to do it, even if there's no real advantage. Okay, 2 turns until masonry is finished, so I don't need to go directly to the marble. Alright, there's the camp and no other barbs. We'll come up here just for a little visibility. You can continue to heal. I'm having this guy heal outside of my borders because his health was so high. It would only take 2 turns to heal, whereas it would take 3 turns to move into borders, heal, and come back out. So I save a turn by just healing in place. And there we go. Let's see here. Settler's out. He's coming down here. So I'm actually have the warrior, even though he's not quite at full health, come down here to just in case he needs some support. I'll go ahead and shoot them down so he can fully heal. Start heading north, shoot this camp down while he protects my next settler. Alright, and since these guys are settling on top of luxuries, they're offsetting their own unhappiness. So, alright, 1 turn until masonry. Looks like we're safe to go up on that hill for visibility. 1 more turn of healing should be good. And then we'll deal with this camp down here maybe. Let's use the scout to get a look at it. Oh, goody! That's probably a scout-turned archer, but still, he's shooting at the camp for me, so that means he might be freed up to come up here to that camp, which is nice because I got these tile improvements to the west and a civilian up to the west, so that's kind of nice. Alright, you can actually start stepping out and shooting here. You're coming over here, so let's do that. Alright, then we'll go into bronze working so that after he's done with the marble, he can come clear the jungle off of this. And keep that happiness flowing, because once I send out this settler, I'm just not going to be able to produce another one right away. Alright, and I'll go ahead and work the production tile here just to limit my growth. A lot of people ask, how do you play Liberty and stay happy? This is part of the ways to do that. You got to limit your growth, because right now we've only got 1 spare happiness, and I'm thinking plant a city here, and again 3 food and 2 hammers. So this city will grow 1, and that should chew up my last happiness is what I'm looking at. Alright. It looks like he might be able to settle unassisted, so I'm going to start heading this way. I'll know more after I move that settler next turn. Okay, and I should be able to clear that camp next turn, so there we go. Ooh, he's up in the stakes. Not bad. Not bad at all. Still going to decline, though, because all he's going to do if we accept is denounce us, and that doesn't get us anywhere. Alright, Desert Folklore is available, so we go from 1 faith per turn to 5 for free. And that camp spawned another unit, which is a problem, because we got a settler that wants to come that way soon. So let's move this settler. Looks like he should be able to move and settle next turn. No problem. So we'll have him start heading here. And even though I don't think these guys get terrain, well, it doesn't say they don't, so I'll step up on the hill and shoot, just to prevent the possibility of being tag-teamed. And this way, if he does get some defensive bonus from being on a hill, I'll get to enjoy that. Alright, so this camp's cleared, which is nice. I didn't have to exert anything. End up on a hill. It's America. Get lots of visibility. I like that. This could get to be a problem. I can't handle both of those with just that guy. Alright, so let's continue to work on the archer. He'll be able to finish that off next turn, probably. Yeah, all by himself, so that's helpful. Oh, I should have looked at this first, but not a problem. And now our faith per turn goes up to 7. And once this grows to 2 pop, it'll be 8. So, yeah, as you can see, even if you're going domination, that 1 shrine is probably going to get me a religion. And maybe I'll take some happiness buildings, which will help deal with the culture deficiency. I mean, with all this desert around, there's no reason not to try. Alright, he gets a promotion. I'm going to have the archer step in and shoot at the camp so that he gets a flanking bonus here, and then maybe next turn I'll be able to step, get that flanking bonus, finish that camp off. So all in all, things are going pretty good. Alright, that's got to be my last settler, so let's go ahead and fix my tiles before I forget. And we'll work this tile instead of that one, just to keep the growth going. We're not going to grow before the happiness becomes unbearable, so that's okay to do there. Alright, he's going to head up through here, and you continue to scout. We found the coast. That's helpful. Lets you know where you're at in the world. That sucks, because it's going to take us 2 turns to finish that camp instead of the 1. That's very unfortunate. Okay. Alrighty, so let's see here. Enemy is near. We knew about that already, not a problem. Step in to get a flanking bonus, and we're able to clear that camp. I guess that's more important than the one where the archer's soloing, especially since that hand axe seems to have taken off. I just hope this guy doesn't swoop in to take my camp, because I cleared it, so I'd like the money from it. Oh good, she didn't stick around. Actually not too thrilled to see her in the game. I actually have a bone to pick with her. Alright, let's move him into as a block, although I probably won't need it. Shoot. Yeah. Alright, well at least they're on border, so now I can heal up. I had a game where Byzantium actually spread their religion to my capital before I could buy a missionary. Set my whole religion game back so far. Alright, and he'll come up and follow and get that silk going. Keep the happiness train flowing. Alright, we see some tundra and a barbarian, which is bad. Okay, he comes down here, that's good. So I don't want to end up here. We'll end up on the hill. Bit of a... Oh, okay. I was thinking that might be a bit of a side jog, but it looks like this will probably be the end of the line. And this kind of looks like coast. That definitely looks like coast. So maybe coming in this direction wouldn't be so bad. Alright, we get the marble. I meant to finish that on my turn. I got to be more careful about that. And a spearman. Oh, that is so bad. Alright, but at least these guys are going to get there. No problem. So you guys can heal up. Oh, and look at this. Shaka's got another city. Alrighty. So I'll have this archer start heading this way, see if I can pick up another worker. I don't know what to think about that. I mean, it's kind of nice because it's sugar and iron. It'd be a good city to have for ourselves without having to settle it. And we are at war, and he is upping the ante. Maybe we can stay at war and develop our military and talk him into giving us that city. Yeah, because we wouldn't want to go straight for Ulundi while this city's still here, because it would fragment our empire. And Ulundi, from what I can see, has got a lot of rough around it. It's going to be a little challenging to approach. So, okay, so there we go, up to 8 faith per turn. Very good. Alright, so let's see here. Nothing better to build. I could build a shrine, but we're going domination, so I don't really need the faith. We got plenty of faith, little effort. So I'm actually going to go ahead and build a second scout. Both of our scouts got upgraded to archers, so I would like to keep scouting, meet some trade partners and whatnot. Playing domination from the beginning, so there's really no point in not meeting people. Everybody's going to hate me before long anyways. Alright, because happiness is where it is, I'm working the silk ahead of the bananas, and that should help get the monument out sooner. Although chopping this will help get the monument out sooner anyways. Okay, well at least the spearman's not attacking back. That's good. That means once I clear the camp, the archer should be able to keep on moving without having to heal up or anything. Okay, hills for visibility. I like that. Definitely seeing more coast, so that's good. We're also seeing Korea's border. So if I came in through here, I'd actually lose in mobility trying to get around his borders. As soon as we get an embassy in here, I'll be able to see all that anyways. So I'll probably have him cut back across the mountain. In fact, yeah, this is coast, and that is hill. So I'll go ahead and have him head for that hill. Maybe follow this coast or something. We got a camp there, so hopefully it's cleared by the time we get there, but who knows. Alright, we get a promotion for extra rough, and this is in the rough, so that's kind of nice. Let's work that out. Okay, we've got the trade route availability. Alright, land, Washington to Samarkand is the highest. Could go to Mecca for some science. But I don't know how soon we'll be attacking Mecca. So we'll just do it this way for now. It's a nice protected route. and it's double the gold, so that's kind of nice. Alright, let's go ahead and build the stoneworks because we can. It's happiness, it's extra production. That's very nice that way. Give me a worker. Well, with the sugar over here, maybe he's got the worker. Oh. Okay, that's kind of nice. Alright, you're pretty much fully healed. Get over there. Help with that. That extra worker will be quite nice. Alright. I really hope another thing doesn't spawn there. Alright, so let's go ahead and chop this down. We got writing. None of our city-states wants us to find anybody yet, so let's move on to archery, because we are going to want to develop a military pretty quick here. Alright, that's some good visibility. Alright, so let's see here. You can come up there. You might as well go ahead and step in and shoot. Although I can't really have the warrior come in here because I'll get bombarded, and if I go around and this warrior comes out... Oh good, we got a friend. I don't know where he is, but he doesn't appear to be close. Oh, look at this. Okay. Well, that puts me closer to maybe being able to get that city instead. That's kind of... Oh. Okay, so let's see here. If I wanted him to come here and him, that'd be zone of control. So I'm actually going to step down for a turn and step down. We'll hide behind these hills. Maybe this archer will come up here, and then I can get back to work on the camp. Or if nothing else, I can have them both step out and get some visibility, figure out what's going on here. Alright, it's going to take 5 turns to construct a plantation, and it says 5 turns for growth. So if we do this, it says 4. That'll put us into unhappiness, but on that same turn I'll tell it to finish up the... so we'll be able to get growth a little bit quicker. Which is nice, because we're production focused, so we'll get 2 hammers. And since this was also set to 5, we might be able to speed that up to 4. And hopefully we can get this into border in time for him to come over there. That'd be really nice. Okay, so let's see here. There to keep tabs on Korea, make him nervous that we're gonna take his stuff. Okay, and there's a Byzantine border, and this is nice because when you're approaching near a camp, I like being able to take the first step onto a hill with a scout, because then you can use your second step to get off. Okay, they demand copper, and Byzantine is offering copper, and Mogadishu wants silk, and we're working on silk, so that's pretty nice. So what we'll do is once we have the silk connected, I'll go ahead and trade it for the copper, and we'll be settling all kinds of stuff all at once. Alright, let's see. Okay, I can take care of that camp next turn. And he's within city bombard range, so he's going to get damaged anyways. Oh, and look at this. He might actually take care of it for me. But that means I got to take this camp out right now if I'm going to be able to do it at all. And that shouldn't be a problem. There we go, free worker. Very good. Probably the Zulus. That's fine by me. Alright, I'll go ahead and take trapping because I'm going to want to be able to put circuses up. We do have a little bit of time before philosophy, because we still have to build all these libraries yet. Okay, step on the hill. Oh, good. And the camp is gone, so that's quite nice. Now, where do I want you to go? Well, this is tundra down here. So if I head down this way, it'll be they'll have extra finality to it, and I'll come around, get a look at the backs. Yeah, okay. That's good enough. Right, let's see what happens here. Oh, good. Look at this. Alright, so these guys can actually start stepping out, and I'm going to choose this route because this actually leaves him vulnerable to being attacked. So if I shoot him and he attacks, we should be able to destroy him, and that'll up the ante in terms of convincing Shaka to give us a whole city. Alrighty, and that gives us a free worker, and makes all of our workers work faster, which is very nice. Okay, so what I'm looking at here, okay, I finished with the jungle there, so let's go ahead and get that started. Oh yeah, and I was going to trade away that silk, and I got this silk here. So what I'll do is I'll have this worker head for the silk, and then be the worker for this city maybe, and this worker can come work on this city. Yeah, we're about to get the... okay, that works out. Alright, let's continue the libraries going up. It's a domination game, but let's get our science game started first, since that can continue to carry on as we finish things off. Alright. Finish that off. Very good. Grow to 2 pop, and it does finish the... and that makes it to where we'll grow to this in 2 turns, giving our worker enough time to cross the river and then work that. So let's work that tile, since we got a second citizen there. We'll deal with that. And Byzantium doesn't want to trade us copper anymore. That sucks. Oh well. That would have been so nice. Yeah, because we've got... Well, we got a city-state asking for silk. I thought I also had a city asking for silk, but apparently that's not the case. No big deal. Oh, look, and he did attack us. Oh, wow, and I'm able to take him out with just the archer. That's quite nice. Okay, so these guys can step back and heal up. And maybe there's a camp somewhere over here, and these guys will have something to do. That would be nice. Alright, so... happiness is good here. We're about to hook that up, so we'll be at 8 happiness. And so I think I'm actually going to use this time to build another settler. So let's go ahead and change that over. We got some hammers here where we didn't before, so I'm not going to bother changing those. We can build a settler in 4 turn. That's quite nice. What I'm looking at is we've already settled towards Arabia, technically towards Shaka. We've basically boxed them in. However, it's starting to look like we're somewhat centrally located. We see Korea's here. We see Byzantium. That's not their capital, so that means they're expanding in this direction. This is very rich lands here, and it's just to our west. So if we're ever going to launch a west attack, we should settle around here. And this would be a really good city. Like, I don't know where exactly I would settle, but I mean, look at that. 3 wheat, 2 plains horses, so lots of food, lots of production, some luxuries, some iron, stone for stoneworks. I mean, really rich lands. It looks like more like a traditional city, but you know, we're playing Liberty, so got to get some kind of jumping point. And since we're America, we can just buy the tiles that we want, so it's not a big deal. And as you can see, money's going pretty well because I hooked up those horses so early. Okay, I'm not digging all these Arabian units here, but I'm not really worried about them either. So, connected from... Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah, so I suppose it's good I couldn't have traded away right away, because then I don't think I would have gotten that connected bonus. Okay, that must be who they're trading with. Okay, it kind of looks like coast. We know coast is here, so this might be the end of the line here. Okay, sucks that I have to take all these steps, but... Alright, we'll make sure we have that to trade at least. Okay. Alright, so we got cocoa connected. We got silk coming here. Border grew here. So let's go ahead and buy that tile and work it. Get a little extra growth going here. Get that in our borders before we start the chopping. Alright, we'll go ahead and move that over there because the hammer is more important than the 3 gold at this point. And we do want to trade for that wine because we have extra silk coming here and then we'll have extra cocoa coming here. Silk will be sooner. Cocoa will be more numerous. We're their friends, so I can actually do both. So let's go ahead and do the silk first, just to keep the happiness flowing. And then we can do cocoa next if he comes up with something else. Alright, now it's finally time for philosophy since we're actually starting to get underway with our libraries. And when I plop the city down here, I'll just buy the library when it becomes the appropriate time to do so. Alright, so let's see here. Keep on... Oh, he's got a settler out. Well, that's good. That means we'll be able to capture a city without... Okay, well, looks like they just settled a city there. So... Should I step up on this hill for visibility? Or just keep on cruising? Well... Oh, wait, do we have writing yet? Yes, I do. Okay, let's go ahead and trade embassies with them. Get a little more visibility down here. Okay, coast, coast. Alright, so there's no point in stepping on this hill now. Alright. Glad I thought of that. Okay, that gets us nice visibility. Okay, you can actually start heading out west. Stay kind of close just because I might need some support. Alright, that's good. Trying to take it slow so I don't screw up, but at the same time I'm trying to keep the pace up so that makes for a good video. Okay, there's a camp and they can't get at us, so we'll be able to continue scouting. That's nice. Alrighty, let's see. He'll be out in 1. So we'll come up to there. So I want to be able to make it to where my archer can step there if need be. Oh, look at that. Okay. So I'll step here and that way I can step and start shooting. Because if there's a camp there, there's probably not going to be. I'll have to trespass for 1 turn. There's hills here and stuff. I want to keep along the coast if possible. Just to find out what we're working with here. Okay, now it might actually be a good idea for the purpose of happiness to have this worker start heading over here, start removing that forest. We don't actually have anybody for our existing cocoa. So, alternatively, I could develop this farm, this mine. It would stunt our happiness, though. Happiness doesn't look like it's going to be too big of a problem. But if I am able to take on this city, yeah, let's keep on working towards happiness. The main concern that I'm worried about is getting the National College up quickly. You want your capital to be as developed as possible. So it's kind of a difficult decision. Alright, we might as well have these guys heal up one more turn. There's nothing else for them to do. Okay, and he's way off to the northeast, which is nice. Because since he was our first friend, and it looks like he's poised to be one of our last victims. That kind of works out. Yes, I know, it's just for one turn. Okay, oops. Alright, settler's done here, so we'll go ahead and do that. Get a library up, keep that science rolling. Heading over there, heading over there. Start the shoosting. Maybe the scout can tell me more about what these guys want to do. There's a camp down there, but I don't think I have the time to chase after it. Well, let's have the scout come up here. Get some visibility there. Get some visibility there. I don't want to step on these hills because he'd be able to see me. Thinking maybe I can find... Oh, archer in play. Okay. So that makes approaching that city a little more dangerous. Okay, there's a camp there. Alright, so we can start having my guys head that way, I suppose. I'll actually have the warrior hold back, because I'm going to need the archer to shoot it down before I can capture it anyways. Okay, here we go. Alright, so we'll trade a cocoa for silver there. And now it's really good that I started heading over yonder with my, with this worker. Oh, look at this. Okay, the plot thickens. Alright. So if I settle here, I won't be able to get the stone, but I'll be able to buy into this cocoa and this horse. So I'll still have 3 wheat and 2 plains horses. A lot of food, a lot of hammers. Get more cotton. Alright, so we'll settle there. And she's going to see that as an aggressive settle, which means she's not going to be friends with us anymore. And, which is really unfortunate. I'd like to scout. Alright, so there we go. Okay, now he's actually willing to give us the city. That's pretty nice. Some of the downsides are we don't have a worker for it yet. And there was some sugar there with marsh, I believe. So it's not only going to take me time to get a worker over there and develop, but also time to develop it. So that city's going to punish us happiness-wise for a while. We did trade away both silk and now cocoa for unique luxuries. So I've already chopped down the forest on the silk, and I'm about to start chopping on the... So I think I can survive the we might go into unhappiness a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and hit accept. And this is really nice because we got this city voluntarily. We're not going to get any diplomatic hits for having it. Let's see, we make peace with them. Yeah, so we're going to go on to unhappiness when I found my city, but it's going to be remedied pretty quickly here. Yeah, 4 turns I'll have this online, and that'll help make up for it. Okay, so let's get the scout continuing to move. Okay, and that camp does have, so yeah, I will have these guys start heading over here. Again, still within 2, just in case I can steal a worker there. He'd be able to see me on a hill, so I'm going to take that path there. I'm not too worried about that. Yep. And that's why I never made peace for him before, because he's just going to denounce me anyways. In fact, I'll denounce him back. Just because then when we do attack him another time, it'll be less of a diplomatic penalty. At least that's my understanding. Usually doesn't take too much convincing of the world that Shaka's a monster. So, okay, looks like end of the line here. Borders and coast. Alright, so not a problem there. Okay, you can actually start chopping. And we'll go ahead and step in, because once that city's founded, the bombard will finish it off, and then I'll clear it. Unfortunately, it means that I'm probably going to have to keep this archer over here, just to keep her at bay, because she's not going to be thrilled about me not only settling here, but buying up all this land right next to her to contain her. Alright, we finished the horses, so now we can sell some of those off. She wants some, it's a good thing we'll be able to sell it to her before she gets pissed off at us. So he can't give us 2 gold per turn, and she can, so let's try that first. Alright, there we go. So there's another 8 gold per turn. Alright, so gold's looking quite nice. That's very good. Alright. So you can actually delay getting over there a little bit, so I'll have him step up just in case he... Like if he did produce this... Oh wait, this isn't his... It's not his city anymore. Okay, well, that's just as well, because even if he did produce a worker, I don't think this would be his primary tile. Well, we can see it wouldn't be. He already started one there. Alright, that was silly. Me talking like it's his city. Oh, where's this guy going? There's some rich lands here. Oh, and there's some really rich lands here. I don't care. As long as he settles a second city, that means we'll be able to take his capital without wiping him out. Alright, salt is available. It's unfortunate that we don't have extra cocoa online yet. Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about before the... Oh wow, we're first to meet them. That's nice. Before we crashed. When I decided to... Oh wait, no, I think I said that before the crash. Okay, where I was talking about sending the worker out here and how the capital would be undeveloped, making the National College take that much longer. Alright, let's go ahead and buy these tiles up. There we go. Take all the best tiles from her. We're set to production focus. We're unhappy for the moment, so I will go ahead and work the high production tile. And let me go to my other cities and adjust all those to be the highest production. Let's see. Yep, that works. And that works. Okay. And that'll delay the National College a little bit as well. Whoops. Are you serious? Okay, well, I guess I get some more XP. Of course, now something else is going to spawn there, but now that I got the city bombarded to back it up, it's not a problem. Alright, Poland has some salt for us. We don't actually have a need for salt, but I'm looking at... this would be a good target to take over, especially if he's settling another city somewhere. Good puppet city. Lots of gold, no hammers to speak of, lots of luxuries. Like if I did puppet, it would just be to be able to buy the iron. So I could trade the incense for salt. The thing is, it's going to be a while before I get over here, and we'll be giving Poland an advantage in happiness. I don't know how much that matters. The computer seems to cheat when it comes to gold and happiness. So, yeah, my workers are pretty stretched. Like, this guy could just come over here and add a hammer to this hill, and that way I'd pretty much be done with this city for a long time. And I'd want to build a road and put some river farms up eventually, but locking it in at 4 pop seems to be a good fit while we're still expanding. So he could actually come here and do that and be done up here, or he could come and start developing the capital, help get the National College up quicker, and then he can come here, and then this city would suffer hammer-wise. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. So we'll have him head down for the capital. Okay, he's done here. We could come up with the... Oh, we got this worker here. So that worker can actually come and do this city. Okay, so he's going to come over, start working on that sugar. We're going to keep this happiness train flowing as much as we can. Alright, so let's see here. Hill, okay, looking good. Alrighty. Oh, and look at that, we're actually, I'm actually going to say that to him. Agamon. Because if he should actually declare the next war, then I'll get less of a penalty when I take his capital. Slightly, taking a capital. Plus he needs to settle another city or else we'll be wiping him out as well, so that's not good. Alright, finishing that off puts us back into happiness. Let's go ahead and fix our tiles up. Let's see here. 3 food and gold versus 3 food and faith. We're making some good gold. Let's work on the faith, I guess. It's not too big of a difference either way, I don't think. Alright, so that's good for now. Yep, something else did spawn. Alright, well, let's have you back up into the city. I don't know if that makes the bombard stronger, but... Target's nearby encampment. I'm about to clear that encampment, so that works out. Oh, another city-state's borders. So maybe they'll want the camp gone as well. That'll work out. Alright, let's build a circus next. 1 turn until growth, so we'll get the hammer. Okay, so it's good that I'm having that worker come here. And there we go. Get some visibility going there. Alrighty. Okay. And let's see here. Chop this up. Alright. And I'm not working that tile. Okay. And what else? You were coming up to work on the sugar. Alrighty. Well, I actually meant to cut this section off once I got Umgungundlovu. Just because that's a good stopping point. We get the free city. You can see I've repaired happiness. I've got cocoa coming online, which is technically a unique luxury. Sugar coming online. As soon as I get that cocoa online, I'll trade for the salt if it's still available, and then come hook up yet another cocoa. So happiness is doing real good. We'll spit out some archers, maybe upgrade them to composite bowmans, and maybe take out one of these capitals next. But I did want to stop the section after I took over this city, and then maybe do a section for each main conquest. So that's it for this segment. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Again, sorry for the splice. I try to do these things in contiguous segments as much as possible, just to lend to the credibility of the decisions I'm making in the moment. But the computer crashed, and I was already almost all the way through this segment, so I just decided to keep going. Anyways, take care. I'll see you in the next one.